also physiologically probably is not working either. So if they come back to me after maybe like I'm missing something, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that you failed and going plant-based or more alkaline didn't work.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Kidney Coach YouTube channel. I am naturopath Fiona Chin, co-founder of Kidney Coach, the Kidney Disease Solution, and our supplement range, Genesis, which is specially formulated supplements to support those diagnosed with chronic kidney disease. And I'm joined again today by one of my favorite guests, Jessianna Saville. Jessianna heads up the team at Kidney Nutritional Institute over in the US. They're a team of renal dietitians and mindset coaches and more. You always add to the team, Jess, but really dedicated renal dietitians that are thinking outside the box when it comes to actually treating you as a person and not a disease when it comes to renal disease.
I think it's every person is so different. And the other thing is you kind of walk down the journey, or even with protein and with any nutrient that maybe you're trying to figure out, you have to remember that sometimes you take a step and you learn something about yourself. So for example, as I say, we'll do an experiment and be totally plant-based for a couple of weeks, not because that's your end all solution, but because it gives you good information and it gets you eating very alkaline very fast. But um, but sometimes you do the first step and you say, okay, how far did this take me? And you gather some information. You say, which part of this would I do for forever, and which part of it's super working? And most patients intuitively will tell me which parts are not working. And that is the piece that also physiologically probably is not working either. So if they come back to me after maybe starting plant-based for a month, or they're already plant-based, they say, well, like it's really easy for me to eat a lot of vegetables now, but I'm just not, like I said earlier, I'm just not satiated. I just kind of feel like I'm missing something. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that you probably are. And so they would have gotten so far with that first step. And just because maybe they didn't see their kidney function go up doesn't mean they have failed and going plant-based or more alkaline didn't work for them. It means they need to now take up the next level and learn one more thing. And so maybe that's where you add in a little bit of meat, but also you're doing optimizing stomach acid. And they'll do that for a while. And now they're like, okay, well, I feel really good and my energy's up. And here's where I'm noticing my GFR creatinine is improving a little bit. And then they say, but I still feel like, and then they'll tell me something else, right? I'm like, okay, well, that's probably what we need to look into. And then you kind of keep moving up the line until you can get the results you want. And I've seen that again and again and again, that patients are persistent and diligent with like trying something, being open to when it works and when it doesn't work, that they can eventually start figuring out for themselves as a person, not as a disease, like their formula, what is going to work for them with protein, what's going to work for them with alkalinity and vegetables, and it's really, really powerful. So I mean that's personalization, and that's why protein, if you can kind of keep pulling on the thread of like, what else is it about protein that we need to understand? What else is about protein for me? And not be dogmatic with like, my doctor said I had to eat 30 grams of protein. My doctor said I had to cut out all meat. My doctor said it doesn't matter, right? If you can find your personalized approach, I do think protein is one of the most important nutrients to get right because of how amino acids play into every factor of our body, not just tissue regeneration, but hormones, how our enzymes work, like literally everything, and the immune system. And so I just think it's a really, really important nutrient to personalize and get right.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think that's fantastic. And it comes back to that health and healing is a journey, not a sprint. And this is part of this, taking ownership of it, personalizing it, learning from it, and becoming in tune with your body. And they're the things when we have a chronic disease that are the gifts that if you dig into it, that, that self-empowerment and understanding how your body works. And I think you can't underestimate the power that you will self get by doing it this way. So I love that you said that. I think that's so important. So I love this discussion that we're having because, like you say, so many people fall into the kidney disease and it becomes cut and dry about, I have to take out potassium, I have to take out protein. And it's all about these removing things, and it's not looking at often we rob Peter to pay Paul. We're not looking at this way of working with the body to optimize it to heal. We're looking at these short-term that might change numbers very short term, but they're not setting you up to heal long term. And that is really what we're talking about. If you want to reach out to Jessianna and the team, I'll put the details in below, but it's kidneynutritionalinstitute.org. They've got a whole team and they can work with anyone from around the world. I know a lot of people that work with us also work with Jessianna and the team. And they're able to do telehealth and got insurance in the US, they'll work with that. If you want to know more about what we do, head to www.kidneycoach.com. Make sure you hit subscribe and like. That way you'll get notified anytime we put up new content. Thank you for being part of the community. And we look forward to taking you on the journey of amino acids through 2025. Jessianna, thank you again for your time and your knowledge and your care for patients. It's always greatly appreciated.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.